Hello everyone and welcome back to SwitchUp. Today we've got QUBIC Games' back to school sale, which has some ridiculously cheap discounts, over 80 titles in America and 65 in Europe if you own certain games, which you can see on the screen right now.
Yeah, the promotion itself in terms of the discount via those games mentioned is for North America only, although there are over 65 games also available in Europe for a standard discount price of 99 cents. So what's on sale? Well, let's find out.
Alright, the first new release then is a game called Thief Puzzle, which is an adventure puzzle game with over 250 different levels where you have to try and avoid tricky obstacles and not get caught and use your hand to steal the riches. Not your literal hand, it's your in-game hand.
In-game hand, oh good. I was like reaching towards the screen, tapping it on the glass, like what's going on? Why is it not working?
Yeah, exactly. It says here in the blurb that you have to achieve your goal by any means necessary, whether using stealth, speed or diversion, and also try and avoid detection by staying out of sight. That's Thief Puzzle. That's 49 cents if you own one of those games for the promotion, or 99 cents in Europe. Next up, we've got Parking Jam, another new release. Tell me about that one, Glenn.
This one sees you having to navigate through an overfilled parking lot, car park, if you're from this side of the water, and move cars out of the way to help them all escape. You basically have to undo traffic. Traffic's always a good thing.
Definitely. I think this one's got like 350 levels. It does have multiplayer as well, 1 or 2 player local multiplayer. And weirdly, there are actually boss stages in here.
Yeah, I'd be intrigued to see what they look like in a car park game or a traffic
I know what
jam.
they'll look like.
Yeah, go on.
It'll be my wife in the car trying to park. Oh boy, trust me.
That's the end of level boss and the game boss. There are 5 game modes to play, being Parking Jam, Challenges, Boss Levels, Lot Management, and Hexaparking.
Nice. If you're listening to this, wife, it was a joke. You're a fantastic
She's only locked the door. Do you remember at the end of the Flintstones when he used to get put outside by the cat and he'd be banging on the door? It's gonna be you tonight.
That will be me. The next new release is Kamakazi Last Planes. This is a blend of action, arcade, shoot 'em up, and visual novel. There are branching storylines where your choices affect the narrative and you can unlock various different endings. It describes itself as having dynamic 3D gameplay. It has multiplayer for 1 or 2 players, featuring the 2 main characters, Albatross, nice name,
Very droll.
see what they did there, and Hannah Brandenburg, who are the kingdom's last hope in a devastating war. It looks like that one retails at $9.99. Final new release is a game called Uboat Attack.
Yep, here you'll be getting behind the guns of a submarine and leading it into battles against formidable enemy convoys. You'll need to use your torpedoes to sink enemy armadas and rise through the ranks to become an admiral of the U-boat fleet.
Now I have to say, this actually does look a little bit like, oh my goodness, I forget the name of it. It's called, is it War Thunder? Something like that. But the graphics look pretty decent. I was pleasantly surprised by the look of this one. So yeah, if you enjoy that style of game, you've got a variety of different authentic ships. There's realistic damage on the boats. There's 3 different game modes. You've got naval battles, liberation of different territories, and your standard missions.
Yep, this one's slightly more expensive than the others, but there is still a discount price available.
All the prices are at the bottom of the screen. Check those out down there. So now we're moving on to our sales games, which features 14 of QUBIC's titles. Okay, the first game on sale is Paper.io 2, which we actually did a video for QUBIC's Steam front page. So little did you know, we branched out into another avenue of live stream, and we did all the live streams for their games. It was quite fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, this was actually a lot of fun, this particular game, where you had to try and cut as much of the paper as you could without being like cut off by an opponent, trying to obviously outmaneuver them at the same time. I mean, there were some blue words said between the pair of us as we competed on this one.
Definitely, yeah. Go check out that on Steam if you have it. Type in the name of this game and you will see you will hear our dulcet tones and see our faces. Next up, you've got Real Boxing 2. That's down to 49 cents in this promotion as well if you own one of those games and you're in the US region, and in the other regions it's 99 cents. Now, Real Boxing 2 allows you to train up a boxer, work them through their career, gradually getting more powerful. I believe there is a character creator in there as well, which is quite, and yeah, it's a little bit like a budget version of Ready to Rumble boxing from back in the day.
We also have Lunchbox Ready, which sees you preparing a number of different snacks. You'll be making breakfast and dessert, preparing lunchboxes for your customers. You can customize the boxes, make your art for the box itself as you complete customer requests, and serve VIPs at times to earn more money.
Then we've got Whole.io, another one that we did a live stream screen for QUBIC on Steam for, and this was a lot of fun. Basically, you're a hole competing against many other holes, and you have to eat up everything and get larger and larger. You end up swallowing up entire buildings. There's actually physics that control items as they fall into your gaping hole, and you have to collect different power-ups and stuff. It's quite simple, but yeah, quite addictive, this one, especially if you're playing two-player split screen.
We got diamond painting ASMR next, which is one that Mark, I know your daughter played a while back, wasn't it? And she enjoyed. You'll be creating pieces of art using the diamonds as people do in real life. I've seen, I'm pretty sure my daughter's done that, you know, actually done it proper physical. Not one for us oldies, I'm sure, but certainly has a market and a decent game. And then on a very similar vein, you had Stylist Girl, which sees you creating your own clothes and whatnot for a model. Again, not something that we've played, but your daughter played it and assured us that it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Om Run is an endless runner where you're running away from the screen, trying to dodge obstacles and stay alive. A little bit like Takeshi's Castle or something like that.
Then we've got Johnny Trigger, which is another one that we played for that Steam stream. And again, enjoyed this one. This was good, wasn't it? You have to make your way through the levels, and at certain points, you'll go into slow-mo where you've got to defeat enemies to be able to move on, but you only get one shot. So as your character rolls, say, you'll have one shot to get the character in front of you. If you miss, they'll kill you and you have to start again, and it becomes about getting those precision shots as you go through the level.
Yeah, they're very arcadey, a lot of these, just kind of pick up and play games. After that, we've got a maze, which is a quite addictive puzzle game for 1 or 2 players. You've got to work your way through the stages. It's pretty relaxing, although there is also a time rush mode if you'd rather something a little bit more pressured. And for every single level, there are 2-player modes as well, which are slight variant. Alongside that, you've got classic mode as well, where you'll just be working through the stages trying to complete them all.
We have Dig Deep, which, as the title implies, sees you digging down for treasure underground, and you can play this by yourself or with a friend in offline co-op. You'll be trying to expand your mining tycoon empire by finding that gold underground, and you can even hire workers to enable idle play.
Lovely stuff. Off the back of that, then we've got my favourite game on the list, probably yours as well. It's Dex, which is an open world 2D adventure game. Now, I'm actually working on my own 2D adventure game. I was telling Glenn how difficult pixel art is to do, and you used to do some as well, didn't you?
Yeah, only on Super Mario Paint. If anyone used to use that and use the little stamp section of that game. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, but
very difficult. Yeah. Now, this has like a hand-drawn art style, and it's very lovely. It kind of reminds me of Beneath a Steel Sky, a Lip Hat vibe. You've got free choice in the game to tackle different scenarios as you see fit. It's got deep RPG mechanics. It has a full English voiceover. It's just a really good game, well worth considering. And down to this price from its usual $17.99, it's well worth it.
Another one with a big discount, judging by its usual price. This is Goodnight Night, which describes itself as a 16-bit sneak and slash adventure. You'll be using stealth attacks to make your way through dungeons, and you can play the game in co-op should you wish to get through the procedurally generated level. You can prepare yourself with food using ingredients that you find to get yourself in better shape for those battles, and there is no permadeath in case you were worried about that, something that does creep into quite a few games these days.
Absolutely. Then you've got Run Sausage Run. It needs no introduction, I think, on our channel. It's one that we always find slightly comical. You're essentially trying to guide your sausage through a series of obstacles from left to right, and it's very difficult. But again, arcade, pick up and play. Quite fun.
Yeah, if you're playing with someone else, obviously taking it in turns to try. I think it did have a competitive mode as well, but passing across every time you die was a lot of fun. Very funny to see that person get sliced up if they don't duck in time or what have you. And again, for this cheap price, a good one. Some mates coming round.
Finally then, you've got Colour Water Sort, which I have to say I have never played before, but I can see the premise of it. You're essentially trying to mix and match colours, arrange them to their pure colour.
Yeah, exactly that. You'll need to move the water across each of the small canisters until you end up with, you say, like the pure version of each colour. Thinking about how to do that in order to get maximum results, I suppose, get through as quick as possible and not back yourself into a corner that you can't get out of.
So that's QUBIC's Back to School sale. You can check out all of these deals over at QUBICgames.com/school.
Yep, don't forget to download Colouring Book, if at the very least, to get obviously the discounts activated, as well as Robonauts, Real Boxing 2 or Pocket Mini Golf. And do check out their website for the full details, as Mark just said.
Thanks to our Patreons and members and all of you that enjoy the content. As always, for all things Switch all the time, keep it Switch up. Cheers, guys.
See ya!